Hello everyone, welcome to my channel where I talk about personal finance. Today I'm going to talk about the 6 accounts everyone needs for financial freedom. Before I get into the video, be sure to subscribe and leave a comment below saying I subscribe. I will try to personally reply to your comments. If you are serious about building wealth, there are 6 types of accounts you require to have to make it take place. Today, I am going to go over the 6 types of accounts. The first account is a high yield savings account. If you're not in the habit of scanning rate of interest at the very least occasionally, you may have fallen into the catch of believing your local financial institution is paying you the highest interest available. Unfortunately, that isn't remotely real. Complacency with interest yields costs you cash in the form of lost earnings. That's specifically what the rich do not do. This process begins by comprehending exactly what rates of interest your bank is paying you on your cost savings. Next off, you will need to examine the offered alternative high yield savings accounts. And also, trust me, the distinction between the two is most likely a whole lot larger than you think. Right here is the issue. The normal financial institution is paying just 0.09% on savings. It's a strong wager you're not gaining a lot more than that on your current cost savings arrangement. But there are plenty of alternatives. The thing you must do is see to it you inspect the financial honesty of any type of institution that's paying high rate of interest. Initially, make sure your deposits are completely FDIC insured. Secondly, inspect the rating on the bank to make certain they are solvent. No matter how much rate of interest an organization pays, it's not worth the danger if it might fall short. That stated, there are plenty of premium alternatives. If you are not making top rates of interest on your financial savings, it's the equivalent of giving your bank a funding. Even if they are paying you 0.09%, the rate is practically nothing, as well as they will be lending out your funds for 4% on vehicle loans, as well as 20% or more on bank card. You owe it on your own to gain as much on your savings as feasible. The second account everyone needs for financial freedom is a tax saving account. When you're a freelancer, you need to make tax down payments throughout the year. Unlike an employee, you do not have withholding taxes taken out of each paycheck. If you are self employed or if you expect to have considerable non employment income, you will need to set up a tax obligation saving account to be all set to file your income tax return. That will apply if you are running a side company, freelancing, seeking advice from, or working as an independent contractor. You need to make quarterly tax repayments or a minimum of have actual money allotted to pay your taxes at the end of the year. As a loose standard, number in between 20% and also 30% of the earnings you make from non wage sources ought to be paid price quotes or set aside. If you want to be truly exact, have an accounting professional or tax preparer analyze your earnings for the year and also allow you recognize how much you need to be allocating for tax settlements. If you if your year-end tax liability from your added revenue will certainly be greater than a few $100s, you can be hit with a big tax obligation cost when you file your tax returns. Also, even worse, the Internal Revenue Services penalizes and also interest on non-payment or underpayment of income tax obligation due. If you are making estimated quarterly tax payments, you will need to accumulate funds in your tax obligation interest bearing account as you earn them. This will be much more important if you plan to hold the funds to pay your additional tax obligation responsibility when you submit your return. Note that a tax interest bearing account is not a various financial product. It's just an assigned usage for an interest bearing account, like a reserve would certainly be. You need to intend to gather the funds in a high yield saving account, despite the fact that the objective of the cash will ultimately be to pay your tax obligation expense. You should still offer on your own the benefit of gaining high interest on those funds. It's a method to develop additional wide range, also on cash earmarked for various other objectives. The third account everyone needs for financial freedom is personal equity fund. The personal equity fund is not an emergency fund, so please do not get it mixed up with that. Everyone should have a reserve and it needs to be kept in a high yield savings account so you can access the funds rapidly when an unforeseen needs emerge. But a personal equity fund is something entirely various. It's not for buying financial tools either. Instead, it is a fund you develop to buy on your own. Purchasing yourself might be one of the most ignored sort of financial investment there is. However, it's also among the best. This is where you designate funds to cover the cost of programs you will take part in to improve your job and company skills. It can consist of mentoring programs, mastermind groups, seminars, or acquiring required certifications, which just the short list. Every well-off person I understand identifies the value of purchasing themselves, even if they do not have actually an assigned personal equity fund for that objective. Yet they do designate money towards their personal growth, self growth, making themselves extra marketable, you name it. It's a financial investment of time and effort. In addition to cash, the personal equity fund will certainly cover the cash part, and that's more crucial than you may understand. By having an account established, especially for these expenditures, you will be developing the intent of self improvement in addition to giving yourself the funds to do it. Like the tax obligation saving account, this isn't a different product your bank provides. It's a detailed usage for an account like a high yield interest bearing account. The more money you can gain, the more you will have available for every other financial investment on this checklist. Despite that, that begins with making a financial investment in yourself to make that happen. The next account everyone needs for financial freedom is a Roth IRA. Even if you are covered by an employer sponsored retirement plan, work, a Roth IRA has a benefit not available to any other retirement. It's tax free revenue in retired life. If you are seriously interested in constructing long lasting riches, this is a component you need to add to your profile. A Roth IRA is a specifically good method early in your wealth building process. The plan does include earnings limitation. If you surpass those limits, you won't have the ability to make direct contributions to the plan. This differs payment to a traditional individual retirement account, where even if you are covered by an employer plan and exceed particular earnings limitation, you can still make payments. However, they will not be tax deductible. With the Roth IRA, when you have actually gotten to those limits, you won't be able to make payments. Duration. Yet, even if you exceed the limit for a Roth IRA payment, there is another way you can make it function. It's the Roth IRA conversion. You will make a non-deductible payment to a traditional IRA, then do a conversion of those funds to a Roth IRA. This is usually described as a backdoor Roth IRA contribution, and it can be done tax-free if it's made with non-deductible standard IRA account funds. Although a Roth IRA contribution isn't tax deductible, the investment revenue you gain on the account is tax deferred. Once you reach age 59 and a half, and as long as you have been participating in the prepare for at least 5 years, any withdrawal you make from the account will be tax free. That consists of both your contributions and the financial investment revenues they have accumulated. You can open a Roth IRA just about anywhere. That consists of a financial institution, cooperative credit union, and also brokerage firm. An unexpected advantage of a Roth IRA, as well as among the factors I am such a strong supporter, is that it's an outstanding account to learn just how to spend. For instance, you will require to meet with the trustee that will hold your account. That's just how you will learn about your financial investment choices and the specifics of exactly how the account functions. And also, if you choose self directed investing with a brokerage firm, you will get hands on experience investing. As soon as you become aware of that procedure, it will help you increase your wealth throughout your life. The fifth account everyone needs for financial freedom is a self directed 401k. Do you observe the term self directed? That's not a mishap. It's a unique sort of 401k strategy that allows you to build riches far more swiftly. If you are self employed, you can set up a self directed 401k plan for yourself. This is plainly not a regular 401k strategy like the one your company offers. The large contribution quantity will provide you a huge tax reduction, and also it likewise offers a possibility to gain tax deferred revenue on a large strategy equilibrium. However, the self-directed facet of the account is one of the biggest benefits. You can open a self-directed 401k plan with a big investment broker and have essentially unlimited investment alternatives, bonds, mutual funds, exchange traded funds, property investment trustees, options, products, you name it. You can hold it in a self directed 401k plan. It goes even further than that. Self-directed 401k are exactly how wealthy people have the ability to invest their retirement life money in non-traditional financial investments like personal equity deals, property, and also small company endeavors. If you have a considerable quantity of freelance income, this is an account you require to have. It may be the solidary finest wealth building investment strategy available. The final account everyone needs for financial freedom is a regular investing account. This can be a private or joint investment account. We are not worried about concerning tax sheltered investment here. That's covered by some of the account over. This is even more of a catch-all account where you can spend above as well as pass the other account kinds. You can utilize this account to invest anyhow you wish to. For instance, you can utilize it to purchase specific supplies, bonds, options, real estate investment companies. It's totally as much as you. Once again, there are benefits to this sort of investing. However, the function might be for a medium term objective, providing you with resources for future objective without requiring to liquidate your retirement costs savings early. So finally, generating financial freedom is a very good thing, but these are steps you can follow before you embark on becoming financial free. One of these steps would be to set up those 6 accounts I just mentioned in the video. Thanks for watching this video and do not forget to subscribe to my channel.